most of teen girls are facing irregular periods in their first few years
Right.
after puberty.
Mm.
Some girls having period every 3 or 6 months. Is this normal?
It is, yeah, it is not normal. I'm going to just go over like with the normal uterus. Then we are going to have a next one. We have like the complaints. Okay. So whatever you asked a question, I'm going to answer you now. Sudha. Okay.
Sure.
So the primary amenorrhea is the absence of the menstrual cycle. Okay. So basically, I'll tell you guys about the normal one, and then I'll come to the complaints. So the normal menstruation cycle starts anywhere from 12 years of age to 14 years of age. Some
Mhm.
kids nowadays they are getting the menstrual cycle around 9 years of age, which is very very something that it is needs to be addressed. Okay, it's a big concern. So basically, it's a normal is 12 years to 14 years. So what happens in that time? Basically, the hormones are hitting in their body, and then they get the cycle and they get the bleeding. So this is what the normal menstrual cycle happens. So the question that you asked is like 3 to 6 months. They are like not having the periods. That is. Actually okay to some extent. Indian culture, it is okay, but if it is continuous, then we need to just go to the gynecologist and get checked. Okay. Um, so um, so what is that called as a primary amenorrhea? That is called primary amenorrhea. No findings of secondary sexual characteristics by age 14 years or failure to menstruate within 3 years of onset physical changes of puberty. That is what it is. So, secondary amenorrhea, diagnosed after missing 3 periods after regular cycles, had been established, or 2 years after menarche. Menarche is the first time when you get the periods. Okay,
Mhm.
menarche is first time when you get the periods. And the secondary amenorrhea is diagnosed after missing 3 periods after regular cycles had been established.
Mhm.
Okay. So dysmenorrhea, Sudha, like we have like pains, right? Like you always like we talk about the pains, during the menstrual cycle, right? So that is
Yeah.
called dysmenorrhea. Painful menses not associated with the pelvic pathology, which means it's just a painful periods. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing associated with any disease condition. Nothing. It's just a painful periods. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So next, what you have is dysfunctional uterine bleeding. I'll just cover all the abnormal periods, and then we will just go with the questionnaires. Okay.
Sure.
So the dysfunctional uterine bleeding. So I think it just happens with most of the people who has an excessive androgen hormone. So it is a prolonged excessive menstrual bleeding with no demonstrable organic cause. It usually result of a anovulatory cycles. That means absence of the ovulation. I think it's like little deeper than what we are like looking. So basically, like I'm going to skip this and I'm going to just move on to the next one. Okay. So every menstrual cycle is like anywhere between 26 days. Some people they'll have a 26 days. Some people they'll have a 28 days. Some people will have a 30 days. Either of them, all three of them are normal. But one condition. Like if somebody's like bleeding more frequently than every 18 days, it's called polymenorrhea. This is something that it will put them in health risk. So basically, they might tend to be anemic. They might be supplementing with a lot of iron food and protein food and all that sorts of thing, and needs to be checked at least 3 months once for the anemic condition. So next to menorrhagia, it is excessive uterine bleeding at regular intervals. Um, these people they will have a the 30-day cycle or 28-day cycle or 26-day cycle, but they will just bleed so much the second day and third day. They bleed so much, so they are called it's menorrhagia. Next one is metrorrhagia. It is called like a intermenstrual bleeding. So in between the menstruation, they will have a lot of bleeding, which is called intermenstrual bleeding. So these are all the common abnormal things. So the absence of bleeding, and then the bleeding will come, then it will stop again, it will establish itself. That is one thing. And then the painful menses, that is dysmenorrhea. And then dysfunctional uterine bleeding. Next one is like excessive bleeding more than like 18 days. It's in 1 month. I think almost they'll get it 2 times a month. So that's called polymenorrhea. And the menorrhea, it is like excess uterine bleeding at regular intervals. Metrorrhea is intramenstrual bleeding. So these are the common the menstruation issues people will come across. So I think we covered this one. And yeah, it's just the second one. Most of the teen girls are facing irregular periods in their first few years. Yeah. So this Sudha, we will just go with the question answers, Sudha.
Sure.
So the second question, some of them having every 3 years. So as a person, I would advise it is not normal to have a 3 to 6 months. As a person, as a nurse, I can say that it is not very normal. But if it really continues, like after 16 or 17, definitely it needs to be addressed. Okay. The irregular periods, because basically their body is growing, and we are from 12 years onwards they need to have a regular cycles. We can even give or take, we can just give them like a 2 more years, like a 13, 14 and 15, because they're still growing, right, until 16. By 16, I believe that they need to establish within 4 years, they need to establish a regular cycle of a periods. If they don't, they need to just consult a good gynecologist, and they have to be addressed.